You are listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Monday the 16th of February, 2026. It is 57 days after the winter solstice. It is 32 days before the spring equinox. Today is President's Day in the United States. The sun rises today at 6:48 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 12:10 p.m. The sun sets today at 5:32 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 6 p.m. and nautical twilight ends at 6:32 p.m. The length of daytime today is 2 minutes 31 seconds longer than yesterday. The moon is in its waning crescent phase and is 1% full at midday. The moon rises today at 6:31 a.m. and then it sets at 4:46 p.m. The new moon will arrive tomorrow. These are the predicted tides today for Horns Hook. In the wee hours, low tide, 2:58 a.m., minus 3 centimeters. In the morning, high tide, 9:17 a.m., 1 meter 40. In the afternoon, low tide, 3:30 p.m., minus 15 centimeters. At night, high tide, 9:45 p.m., 1 meter 31. This is the Monday Reservoir Report for New York City. The Delaware Watershed, Cannonsville, 67% full. Papacton, 75%. Neversink, 72%. Rondout, 92%. The Catskill Watershed, Schoharie, 28%. Ashokan, 83%. The Croton System, 98% full. In our shared realm of plants and animals, Socrates Park is still blanketed with snow. Although it has diminished in depth, it still spreads a white pane across the full expanse of the park. Because it is rather wet and not very deep, domestic dogs are not as inclined to gallop with delight in the snow as they were when it first fell. But in the last few days their keen noses have begun to detect spots where the aroma overwhelms them, and they hurl themselves into the snow, rolling around on their backs. It makes one wonder if there is a mammal in estrus nearby. Perhaps the groundhogs are emerging from their hibernation, which is the prime time for them to seek a mate. Whatever the cause, our canine friends are pointing to a shift that suggests spring is dawning. Commemorations. Now this story may be apocryphal. On this day in the year 600, or 590, Pope Gregory the Great decreed the term "God bless you" is the correct spoken response to someone when they sneeze. Rome was experiencing a plague at the time, and religious processions moved through the city in perpetual prayers of intercession. Since sneezing was the first sign someone had contracted the deadly plague, a statement of blessing was used as a prayer. True or not, the expression "benedicat tibi Deus" for sneezes became common throughout Western Europe by the 8th century. On this day in 1909, the first subway car lined with side doors came into service. Operated by a pneumatic device, it was controlled by the subway guard. The new cars were intended to replace old cars that had a single entrance in the middle of the car. The subway workers were not impressed, fearing that the guard's limited view would result in doors closing too soon and injuring passengers. But as we know, the car lined with multiple side doors quickly became the standard, the one we live with today. Today we remember Nichiren, born by some reckonings on this day in the year 1222 in the Awa province of Japan. The Japanese Buddhist monk was the founder of the school named after him. He propounded the idea that the scripture known as the Lotus Sutra contained all that was needful for enlightenment, and he taught his followers to chant Namu Myoho Renge Kyo, which can be translated as homage to the sublime Dharma of the Lotus Sutra. Nichiren's teachings remain influential to this day within Japanese Buddhism and in the West. Today we wish a happy birthday to LeVar Burton, born on this day in 1957. He of course played Kunta Kinte in the series Roots and Geordi LaForge in Star Trek The Next Generation. And he was the host of PBS Kids' educational television series, Reading Rainbow, for 23 years. Happy birthday, LeVar Burton. We also wish a happy birthday to Ice-T, born this day in 1958. From his debut album, cleverly titled Rhyme Pays, he has been a force in rap and heavy metal, and as well as being a steady presence in film and television. Happy birthday, Ice-T. Alternate side of the street parking is suspended today in New York City for President's Day. And that is the Observatory, Monday the 16th of February, 2026.